Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Sunday, May 14th, 2023, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Now Mind You podcast. This is episode 69, Manga. I'm
Ooh,
TJ.
I'm Bryce.
Leave the number alone.
Nah, I
Right,
can't. Y'all know
right.
I can't do that.
Uh,
I
Matt
can't.
could not be with us. As y'all know, it is Mother's Day, so everyone's Mother's Day schedule has been a little bit different. But Matt will be back next week, y'all. So it's what it is. And with that being said, too, happy Mother's Day, right? Hopefully you were able to share some time with your moms. And if you don't have a mom, so on and so forth, it's what it is. It's what it is. But happy Mother's Day out there, y'all.
Happy
Um,
Mother's Day.
all right, to all those who celebrate, let's put it that way, right?
Yeah, yeah.
With that, the docket for today, no real announcements. But the docket for today, it's a pretty decent one in terms of what we have, right? We have Sakamoto Days, we got Chainsaw Man, we got Jujutsu Kaisen, and we got My Hero Academia. We'll cover our favorite chapter this week, and our topic of the week this week is our top three anime music openings.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. So with that, I'll start us off. I'll kick us off with Sakamoto Days by Yuto Suzuki. We're getting into chapter 118 titled Strength. Where did we leave off? Sakamoto busted through the floor and pulled Sir Gas through it. Where how would I summarize this chapter? It's time to wrap this up and dispatch the poison user. Sakamoto does his thing, and then it's time to get the antidote. But Asaki, Uzuki's quote unquote older brother, just called. That can't be good, right? There's no way that call bodes well. Let me get into the review. Alternative title for this chapter: Strength. What the fuck? All I have to do is kill you slowly. That's what Sakamoto said. Then proceeds to just overpower this dude with the strength of his grip on his neck while he's getting stabbed, mind you. Like, this isn't like a passive, like, yeah, I'm gonna just squeeze. No, dude is actively trying to like kill him, right? To the point where afterwards they're like, hey, bro, go get patched up before you bleed out, right? Hanma Yuji, though, could never. And we've seen Hanma do some crazy shit, but not like this. Well, that's some strong ass foreshadowing, right? If what Akao said resonated with Uzuki when she's talking about like, yeah, if someone I cared for was in danger, I wouldn't hesitate to do what needed to be done. If that resonated with Uzuki, I don't think Kindaka and her are making it out of this arc alive. Now, mind you, I wrote that while I was reading, right?
Yeah.
Now, cool to see that even back then, the more people he cares about, the stronger Sakamoto gets. That's something that has remained true in the present day as well. The fact that both of the hitmen were worth 1 billion combined is crazy. But what's even crazier is think about the fact that Sakamoto, Rion, and Nagamo are essentially dropouts from the program, and they easily walk through these guys that combined were 1 billion yen in a
Easily.
bounty. Easily walk through them. They're not even officially members of the order yet, right? Like Kendaga was like, y'all want to join? And they were like, I mean, we guess. It's not like we can go back to school, right? That's just how powerful they
Would
were
you would
as
you
youth.
argue they're in their prime?
Here's the thing. I don't even think that's them in their prime yet. I think the Sakamoto before he fell head over heels with his wife, I think that might be Sakamoto prime because that's when he was prime time in the order like he was him.
Yeah.
Remember like when the series started they were saying like he was legendary. I think that legend whatever causes that legend to be established, that's him in his prime.
Yeah.
Um but damn bro, this highlight reel is looking crazy though, right?
Yeah.
um Young Gaku reminds me of Mafuyu Seba, Young Face Mask, in that he's abrasive through and through. But Asaki, man, like this quote unquote older brother is a douchebag.
Yeah.
All right. So I said earlier, I don't think Kindaka is making it out. I didn't mean this chapter, bro, because he did not make it out. But he kind of sacrificed himself. At the same time, I feel like we could make the argument that Uzuki may have intentionally killed him.
Mm.
Okay, hear me out. What if subconsciously he knew that Kindaka would want to tap into the Speed Force with his flubber sneaks, with his flubber ones, right? To stop
Ooh,
the antidote from falling thus accelerating the effects of the poison, ultimately killing him. At least that's what it looks like based on the panel, right?
Yeah.
Um, but you think like to become stronger, he's like in his head, like, wait, we need this antidote. Let me drop it and see what's good. He's gonna be compelled to tap into the speed force, go at high speed. That's gonna accelerate the poison and thus eliminate him. So it's like maybe that actually is the slur personality that made him drop the antidote. Or maybe it isn't, and maybe it was just like, I can't do this. I'm gonna just kill us both, or whatever the fuck happened. But I don't know if it's so much an accident that Kindaka is on the verge, or if he just died. Right
Yeah.
now, Akira was one of the people to react to Kindaka's demise. And remember, we're still not sure whether or not she's on to Uzuki too, because there was that one scene a couple chapters ago where he was literally on the phone. It was that scene where his brother called him, and it looked like she had heard a bit of that conversation. She's like, "What you doing?" She's like, "Nah, I'm just messing with you." But it's like, I don't know. I also think on the back burner she might be developing feelings for him because she's been kind of buddy buddy with Uzuki since that fight inside of the shopping mall when they're initially introduced to Kindaka.
I mean, hey, I would add on to say if she did hear the conversation, then she heard that he got threatened, and she's just like, "Hey, I do the same thing in your position. Do you?"
Right. Right. There's like too many things that are lining up right now, right?
Yeah.
In that regard. So it's like could she be helping him on the low because he's got loved ones on the line? Could she just be keeping tabs on him because he's like, you never know. But I feel like we're hitting or we've hit the crescendo of this arc.
Mm.
As per usual, where's my anime announcement?
Yeah, I think we are past due now.
Bro,
Like
once they
I
hit
guess they'll
that
make
Bollywood shit, it's been overdue, right?
yeah, yeah.
um Dude, there are some strong shinobi themes in here, right? I remember early on in Naruto, like literally when they meet Zabuza and Haku, it was supposed to be a regular ass mission, and then it's like, oh shit, one of the top dogs, former Akatsuki, is out here in these streets. What you doing in this fisherman's town, dog? And then they meet Haku, and Haku is like, please don't make me become a true shinobi and have to kill my heart. And I don't know why I always think about that line. It's actually a line that lives in my mind rent free, especially whenever I hear the word shinobi. But having to kill your own heart in order to become strong or to protect what is precious to yourself is insane. But I get it because one of the themes here is like, listen, if it's a loved one, you got to do what you got to do, even if that means losing a part of your soul, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm hyped for the next chapter because it feels like it either all goes down in the next two or we get a time skip to where it all goes down. How'd you feel about it, Bryce?
I think you hit a lot of elements on the head, and just kind of piggybacking on what you said. I think just kind of us diving into the assassination world,
Mm.
we see why Sakamoto left it, and
Mm-hmm.
just kind of has this life outside of it that brought him some peace, and he's bringing people outside of it too.
Mm-hmm.
But just him kind of diving back into it and getting like the difference between Sakamoto and Uzui. Um,
Uzuki.
Buki. Yeah,
This is something I feel like you brought up before about him like leaving life and then kind of being forced into it and bring others that he wants to protect, but unfortunately having to bring them back into it too. So
yeah,
I feel like it resonates super strong with this chapter too. Go on. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Oh yeah, I think that's the big difference we're seeing, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
Sakamoto gets stronger. He'll do whatever he can to protect the people he wants. And
Mm-hmm.
Slur's kind of the same way. He's willing to kill anybody. And it doesn't
Right.
matter. He's willing to kill himself. He fucking drop a
5'11"
five.
Kinderheim.
Yep. Oh man.
I'm sorry.
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah. Uh yeah, he's definitely I wouldn't consider him a Roberto type,
Right.
but you know, yeah.
He's not like a Johan
He ain't
either.
a Johan, he ain't a Roberto. He a what's a who that short weird dude. He that short weird dude.
Oh, I know you're talking about the dude with the buck teeth,
Yeah.
who runs that bar or whatever. And he's
Yep.
like constantly like running behind the scenes. I know exactly who you mean. Yeah, I can
No,
see
no,
that
not
too.
him, not him. The other short dude, the short what do you call him? Shorty or Whitey. He got killed in well shit, I don't want to get out of the way.
Wait, the dude who was uh originally like a BNE specialist, like the con dude who was hanging out with Tenma.
The dude that was he was a mob boss kind of. He got killed in the hotel.
Oh,
Dude that used to wear the fancy suits.
did he have dinner with Eva?
Pretty sure he did have dinner with Elba.
I think we're talking about the same dude then.
Not the scammer dude though.
Not scammer. I'm talking about the dude who was like the leader of like the Nazi party,
Yep.
the
Yep.
neo Nazis. Yeah, like
Yeah.
he was like constantly having dinner with chicks while they were setting fire to the refugee neighborhood.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, I see
Yeah.
what you mean. Yeah, we're talking about Monster, y'all. Like
We
Matt,
were. I
no,
just
if
finished
Matt's
it.
listening, he knows exactly who we're talking about. But yeah,
Yeah.
but the parallels there, Loki, there are some parallels between Sakamoto Days, especially like Uzuki, Gaku, and them coming from that orphanage. Is like, listen.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna leave that
Just
alone. Go
just the
ahead.
darkness. Just the
Yeah,
darkness. They have that darkness that just encompasses the fucking assassination world and just how it creeps into people's lives.
yeah,
And you see why Sakamoto got out of that shit, and now he's diving in deeper, and it brings a lot of intensity and wonder to the story. We don't know if Sakamoto gonna make it out of this shit if he can.
yeah.
We'll see.
Real talk. What would you rate this?
I give it I give it five strong ass fingers out of five.
All
That was
right.
good. And the rant and the ending was good. Like the save and the sacrifice.
Yeah,
Definitely wasn't seeing that coming. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I really like this chapter. Sakamoto has not disappointed once
Bush.
again.
Shit. You want to take us into a wildly refreshing chapter of Chainsaw Man?
Yeah, right. Like it's like lemonade, but
That cool,
like
refreshing drink. Sorry.
yeah,
Sorry.
but you've been eating like acid and salt and shit for the last couple of weeks, so it's like
It's
it's
like water.
refreshing, but it still
It's like,
hurt.
yeah. Oh, damn.
Yeah, yeah, that's how it is.
Damn, bro.
Nah, Fujimoto know what he's doing.
Right, right.
So we get back to it. Chainsaw Man with Asa on his shoulder, and the other Chainsaw Man with just the falling devil still on his body. Fucking weird.
Mm.
The worm monster pushes them out the door. Of course, the other Chainsaw Man is gone. Um, we get Asa and Yoru kind of over a dying Denji, bleeding out, and Yoru's like, "This is our chance, take him out." And Asa decides to actually save him. Um, I know Yoru's so sick of this shit.
Yeah, she was tight over that,
She
bro.
like, it had to be you. Uh, yeah. So Asa's just she decides to save Denji. Denji gets up, and now they escape her from the worm monster. He's just carrying her and jumping and just dodging. And
I
of course,
don't want to see that animated. If I'm being 100% honest, I don't need to see that worm monster.
bro, listen. By the time we see fucking the falling devil scene,
I think I'll be
we're
done.
the level of just done that we would have reached by seeing that shit. It wouldn't even matter. We'd be completely dull of this shit.
Right,
Be
right.
completely dull. This is the nastiest fucking shit. This is nasty.
And that's saying something.
And that is saying something. Like why how the fuck is this thing just it's like Dune. It's like
Mm.
Dune but freakier. Like the sandworm thing.
Yeah.
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 What the fuck? Denji's carrying Asa. They see a chick on a motorcycle. She like, take the motorcycle. You like, oh, no, I ain't gonna hit that woman. I'm a gentleman. She like, fine, take the dude's motorcycle. He kicks
Say
the
less.
shit out of her.
He's like,
Give
say
me that
less.
bike.
Yeah.
Give me that damn bike. Takes it. This nigga's dead. Like,
Yeah.
I love the fact that Chainsaw Man, like, he is the hero of this, but like niggas die. Like he does not care. Um, and of course we get this scene where Asa puts her powers to work and makes a super Chainsaw Man motorcycle. And he rips through the damn worm and with a chainsaw bike and just rides away. This was fucking cool. Like, if
Yeah.
we're gonna see them like use their powers together, that's awesome.
Yeah. That was really cool.
Yeah. It's a simple chapter. It's just going through the action, going through the motions. Um, it's good to see Denji and Asa on the same page, and Asa being like, I'm a save Chainsaw Man because he saved me. Um, yeah. So just going in this, I'm hoping that this would be like a nice little turning to what this show is gonna what this is all gonna lead to.
Hmm.
I don't know if clearly the other chainsaw is on his side, right? So,
Hmm.
um, it was good to see Asa kind of get the motivation from Denji to like live. Like, I'm
Yeah.
hoping this is a page turner for it because I want to like Asa, but it's hard.
Like, I mean, the pattern is she does something that makes us like her, but then it's quickly followed up with something that makes us hate her again.
Right? It's just
Um,
like, fam, you are very hard to like,
but
but we
this felt like a
understand why.
growth, right?
It's like, oh, you are despicable, but we understand.
Right.
It's like, ew, but I get it. so so we just gonna see. Hey, we
Right.
get more Chainsaw Man-esque vehicles or Chainsaw Man combinations, I'm with it.
Hmm.
This was a good chapter. This was simple. I'm gonna give it 4 freaky worms out of 5. I'm gonna pass it to you, TJ. What you think?
I thought I really enjoyed it. I think I remember texting you guys in the chat like this is like kind of refreshing. Now I didn't go with the whole lemonade after just drinking battery acid and salt, but I was just like I thought it was kind of refreshing because it wasn't a chapter of Chainsaw Man where it's like, well, now that's in my psyche. It was like, oh shit, like that's what it
Yeah,
felt like reading it. Yeah, my first bullet point was first chapter in a long time that did not inspire fear
or depression.
or depression, right? I enjoyed Asa finding some type of positivity, having that growth moment, albeit it was a backhanded compliment to
Yeah,
Denji, and the fact that she is worthy of being saved, and she is worthy of like stepping out of her shell and finding some type of happiness and friendship, like companionship, just not being lonely all the time, right? The
yeah.
fact that she stood up to Yoru by hurting herself was an empowering moment, and then donating that blood to Yoru's mortal enemy, bro, that had Yoru tight for sure.
Oh,
um
Yodu is so done.
yeah, bro. When she was like, "Save me, Chainsaw Man," and Denji comes through, and then after a while he looks at her, he's like, "Look, I'm gonna keep it real with you right now. Can't do it. Can't save you, bro." I was laughing because right before they got the bite, he was like, "Look, we not gonna make it. like it's just too real." And then you pointed out too, but that also had me wrong where like he didn't steal it from the woman, but like it didn't hesitate to knock homeboy off his bike.
Right.
Like
That nigga dead,
it was
bro.
too funny. The combined that's what I thought this chapter was about too. It's like we've had this storyline develop in the second half where Asa's the protagonist, right? First half was all Danji, and now we've seen them somewhat overcome their differences, despite the fact Asa doesn't know that Denji is a Chainsaw Man. We've
Mhm.
seen them overcome their differences, and now they're combining forces. And to be fair, I didn't know that Asa, even Yoru, the War Devil, could use their powers to help someone else. Well, I thought it had
Yeah,
to be something that they had some type of attachment to. Well, I guess in the heat of the moment, was like, yeah, this bike is my way to get out of here. So
right,
maybe that's the
exactly.
attachment, right? But to be able to combine it with the elements or the essence of the chainsaw devil was kind of interesting. I didn't know that was something you could do. So I thought the combining of powers was crazy. And of course, that double page spread with that chainsaw bike was fucking awesome. Like I really like that.
Really
I don't know
hard.
why it made me think Common Rider, because Common Rider, they be having some wild ass bike designs too.
Yeah,
But It was dope, bro. I don't know. Now, did the other Chainsaw Man make it? We need that identity reveal. Also, I guess the door is still open like that portal.
Yeah.
Because the tentacle dude was letting him loose. That's what I'll say there.
Oh yeah.
That was all my thoughts. I really enjoyed the chapter. And like I said, it's mostly my first bullet point. No fear this time, no depression. It was just some action and some growth moments and some seminal moments in terms of them combining forces.
Really fun. Really
Yeah. I'm sorry to kill the vibe, y'all, but I gotta take us into My Hero.
fun.
Okay, I will say, and I think Bryce can agree a little bit. My Hero hasn't been as trash lately. That being said, you Horikoshi, you're not really choosing the right moments here to set up these box sets that you're trying to set up. That's what I will say there. But My Hero 388, titled Toya. Where do we leave off? Hold on, Dobby. Your mom has something she wants to say right quick. If I were to summarize this, Toya is basically burning in the Gunga mountain range with the power of a sun. Like he's fully nuclear at this point. Now, the whole Todoroki family, minus Shoto, who technically speaking is on his way with Inganium, is gathered together to try to stop the child that's gone astray. Let me review this. It looks like this is about to turn into Shoto's Batman origin story because, goddamn, the whole family, like,
Yeah.
like even the brother and sister, is it a family affair? Looks like it. And Ganium is about to drop Shoto off just so he can see his family get turned into ashes, bro, so he can bear witness at this point. Don't tell me they'll be okay. His mom is already getting burned to a crisp. Endeavor is basically gone. That dude's just like raw flesh.
Yep.
There's no way his siblings' ice power switch. Like if their mom can barely handle it and their mom's like pure blooded, there's no way they're gonna have enough to handle a blaze of that magnitude.
Right.
Predictions and slight jokes aside, that last panel where it's like the family when they were happy again, it made me think of Chainsaw Man when Aki Hayakawa got taken over by the gun devil and he was fighting Denji and they like overlaid it with him and the snowball fight with his brother when they
Yeah.
were kids. Like this is another big flag for they ain't gonna make it. But uh listen, it's like that last panel and the couple panels before that, it looks like the family is starting to re-trigger memories in Toyo, or at least bring his consciousness back into the equation because he's been kind of a mindless rage monster.
Yeah.
It seems like, yeah, it seems like he's able to get his consciousness back despite being in this like walking nuclear cataclysm, right? State of mind. I don't. He's. There's no way he's making it out of the series though. He's too far gone. Like even if he makes it out, like he's got like no flesh left. He's literally just like flaming bones right now.
With like
He's
a
basically
physical
Ghost
heart or
Rider,
some shit, like an ice heart. Yeah.
right? Like he's just
Yeah.
flames. Um. All right. I think one of three things is gonna happen if Horikoshi doesn't trademark Zone Hop at the most crucial fucking moment, but one of three things can happen. The family sacrifices themselves as a staff, record label, and crew to protect everyone in the
That's
vicinity.
fucking hilarious.
Endeavor blasts himself and Dabby into the stratosphere and detonates. Dobby regains a shred of consciousness and goodness and sends himself into the stratosphere. Part of me thinks it's going to be number three. I want to see it be number two at least because there's been this developing plotline with Endeavor having to pay for his sins. So I see this potentially taking him and Dobby off the table as a form of repentance. Um, yeah, I could see. I think I would. Perfect world, it's number three. Likely world, number two. If we want to go dark with it, then it's number one. And Shoto is just like an orphan. All right, my
Yeah.
last point. Now, knowing Horikoshi and how frustrating it is to be a fan of his work right now, especially since I'm and so fucking deep, there's probably a zone hop about to occur because that's what Horikoshi does. Now, this is what I'll say. If we zone hop back to All Might and his Iron Man suitcase armor about to fight young All for One and punch his face off again, I'm good. If it's a bullshit zone hop, I'm back to hating on my hero with all my strength again. That's where I'm at with mine. Bryce, what'd you think?
Bruh, just end the Dobby shit. The Dobby shit should have been over with already.
Hey, I don't disagree, but here we are.
If they zone hop to make this shit go longer, I'm gonna need a
You are 100% on the money, bro. There's no other reason for it. Like, why? But go on, sorry.
Okay. So I think it's a sweet moment that the family kind of get together.
Before they
They
die,
all gonna
before
be
they're
fucking crying.
incinerated. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Endeavor or Dobby makes it. Um, yeah, I think I think that's how it's gonna be. Endeavor and sacrifices himself. Or Endeavor just he can't even he's gonna be comatose after this shit. Like Endeavor's not gonna be okay. Dobby's definitely gonna be out the paint. It
Yeah.
would be insane if the family gonna be fucked up, but from what it looks like in the last panel, they're getting burned, but they're not they're not as bad as Endeavor, Dobby, or the mom.
Yeah.
The mom might be gone too.
Yeah.
It
I
might
think I
just be the
think the parents
kids.
might be out the paint.
Yeah, it might just be the kids that make it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's messed up.
Mm.
Um, it's a very short, interesting chapter. The way they go about it, double page spread. Um, we just gonna see how this goes. We just gonna see how it go. I think it's a cool chapter. Um,
For what
it's
it's
just
worth. For
weird.
what it's worth. Yeah.
It's just weird how the story's playing out, but we here now. So
Yeah.
see how it
Nothing we can really do about it.
goes.
But with that, hey, take us into Jujutsu Kaisen, man. Let's end this on a
All right.
good note.
Jujutsu Kaisen, chapter 222.
Mm-hmm.
This chapter is called For Tokens.
Mm-hmm.
We start off opening. First of all, what's this dude's name? Sakuna's assistant?
Ura Ume,
Uda Ume has got to be,
the
he is
pettiest.
the pettiest, but also the most efficient motherfucking lackey of all time. Like this nigga made finger sushi, mind you. He had to find all these fingers.
Right. Finger
And then he
sushi,
made him a
Bryce.
delicacy for Sakuna. He made
Finger
him a
sushi.
delicacy, a
Gross.
fucking delicacy.
Gross.
He made Sakuna sushi.
Gross. Oh god.
Bro,
I know I read the chapter too, but that is not
he
how.
he puts Fonworth Bentley to shame.
Oh my god.
He does. He does. Because
Uh,
this is magnificent. But my
Bryce.
man's got a napkin for him just to hold it. Just to hold it. Bruh. This man, he ain't gonna make it because if Sakuna gone, then he gone. But
Right.
hey, I appreciate him. We appreciate the number twos. And he is without a doubt Sakuna's number two. Even Sakuna need a number two. And guess who that is?
Right.
Uraume.
Uraume.
And you ain't coming for his spot.
Right.
You ain't coming for it because he ain't going. All right, let's get to this. Sakuna Sushi. We pretty much kind of take it back to the first few chapters when Uruma is just saying like, "Yo, I couldn't find the last finger. I'll take my punishment," which is even more of a. We gonna go back to
Right.
Uruma really quick,
Right.
which is even more like, "Yo, I fucked up, man. Just do what you gotta do, bro. I'm fucking up out here." He's like, "Dude, you wouldn't have found
Good.
that
Right.
finger." Yes, Gojo got it. He's like, "That bitch ass nigga Gojo.
Right. Like,
He keep fucking my shit up."
instant hatred on site.
Instant hatred. Instant hatred. Oh, so basically, Sakota says that Gojo hid a finger to indefinitely help Itadori, so they would
Mhm.
never execute him.
Mhm.
Which honestly, makes so much sense now.
Yeah.
Uh, it's just Gojo was playing the long term game. And so instead, he eats a head, a mummification head. And I find it interesting what Sukuna says. He says, did Kenjaku or rather Tengen do this ironically? Or so like I'm curious about what that means. Like what's the significance of this head?
So
Uh,
remember a couple of chapters ago when Kenjaku as Geto, and I think he was with Uraume, but they were basically kind of undoing a lot of the barriers that
mhm.
Tengen had built. And remember that chapter where he adds the role and Kogane is like, I can't do that. But he's like, but if you don't do that, then I'll end the game. But Kogane is like, ah shit, he's got me.
Yeah.
That is actually Sukuna's body, mummified body right there. That Tengen had
Oh,
placed as he was building some of the barriers around the Jujutsu school and around some of the greater parts of the country. Like that corpse powers one of the barriers. That's why he was like, did Tengen do that shit ironically? Um,
oh, shit.
yeah,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
good. I'm glad I got that. All right. Well, shit. That this nigga's eating himself. This is just. This is
It's not great.
all right. All right.
Still
Okay.
better than my hero, but go on. No.
19 days has passed. And we get a little details about the culling game uh with um with the thing and of course Kenjaku. And they're talking about pretty much just like who's alive and who's not. Um, and just how pretty much like, and because people think they're safe, they're not going crazy like he wants them to.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much it just seems like he's about to stir some shit up. But of course, Gojo gotta die first. So
Right.
we go back to Gojo, back at headquarters, and we are reminded that Nanami died. Um,
Yeah. All right,
which is
get to
like,
the real
damn,
one.
like that's the one thing I have to say about Jujutsu Kaisen. Um, People die so nonchalantly in this fucking manga
Yeah.
that it's just like the way it hits you that a motherfucker died hits in just a completely different way.
Yeah.
It's like one, damn, I can't believe Nanami didn't make it. Two, why the fuck didn't we see Nanami die?
Oh no, we did see him die.
Oh wait, yeah, with
Remember Mahito?
with Mahito, yeah,
Because
yeah,
that's also when Kugisaki got too.
yup, yup. There was just people just die. That's when it was. It was like that, like when so many people died at one time.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay. That's it just got lost in the fog. So yeah. And then of course, we're taken to Itadori. I think this is the comedian he's fighting.
No, I don't think is I don't know. So I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to scour my brain. I don't know who that is, but apparently his name is Itadori too.
Yeah, so that's very interesting. I wonder how this like maybe it's like a power thing or I don't know. Because I was so confused by that panel where he's like master had already Itadori. I was like, what the
Yeah, I
wait a
was like,
minute.
is he
Is there
talking to
is there
himself
like a
or is he talking to dude? I
yeah,
don't know. I would love some clarification.
yeah, some type of power thing. And of course we get another reminder that we got Salmon Row. I can't remember dude's name.
Inumaki,
And the holder of the Queen of Curses himself. Uh
Yuta Okotsu.
Yuta just talking and pretty much just having reminded that Yuta is the person that's supposed to execute Itadori.
Right.
Um, and I guess they have like a back and forth, and he gets reminded of something that would be useful later. So we're gonna see, and we pretty much get some clarification of like the plan that's gonna happen in case Sukuna kills Gojo. Uh, the Jujutsu High has to have like their best sorcerers left to just jump Sukuna and take him out.
Yeah.
So I mean, good plan. I don't think that's gonna work.
Right. Right.
um, So everyone's gathered for the day. And of course, uh they all give Gojo a hands, just give him the pat on the back. I don't know how this is gonna play out, but we're gonna get the fight next chapter.
Right.
Um, so this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very fucking interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it, funny enough, turning into like just a one page panel of somebody just getting completely folded. Um, just because that's just the energy that Jujutsu Kaisen has sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. But I thought it was an interesting chapter. Jujutsu Kaisen is very loaded. And things are moving quickly now that Gojo's back. So um we're gonna see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass it on to you, TJ. What you think?
Wow, that chapter. Off the
Yeah.
top, first couple bullet points, man. Yo, is Sukuna going to grow 2 extra arms while possessing Fushiguro's body? I don't think I'm ready for that because I'm also, despite all the data indicating otherwise, imagining a happy ending where Megumi gets his body back, but not like that. It's still so twisted to me that Tengen used Sukuna's body as a battery for one of the generators or barriers he had set up, and that Kenjaku used that to set up the calling game. These motherfuckers are devious.
Yeah.
Uraume hates Gojo.
Oh,
Also, shout out to the Super Nintendo, Super Famicom that Kenjaku's just sitting in front of with the static on the TV while Kogani lets him know like how many people died because they never made a decision and the curse technique was removed from them. Now, this was a part too that really creeped me out, especially when we saw at the beginning that Sukuna was just eating his fingers and then eventually ate his own skull. Imagine being in the sunken place and seeing someone eat severed fingers and a whole skull while controlling your body. I could never, could not be me.
damn.
Like I could just kill me. Like just exercise my soul, but don't make me watch my own body eat body parts. Ugh. Ugh.
You think he can taste
That's
them?
gotta be hell. I don't want to know, Bryce. That's gotta be hell.
Yeah.
Right? Bruh, we gotta talk about May May. Basically the one who wields the battle axe and she's all about her cash.
Yeah.
She's one of the strongest, right? But
Yep.
this woman is all about her money. Gojo barely got out of jail and she's already calculating the odds of what the match between him and Sukuna is going to make. Low key, it looks like since the law changed, she's been making bank off of underground betting on jujutsu fights. Like,
That's
what
crazy.
what happened to her in her past that caused her obsession with money? Right? And that causes her to use her little brother the way she uses Wee Wee, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I'm also curious about who that Itadori is that Yuji is training with. Is that person's name actually Itadori, or was Yuji talking to himself? I don't know, but I'm
Yeah.
curious
Right.
because I was
That
confused.
was such a weird panel. I was just like,
Yeah,
what's going on with you?
yeah. I basically like we read an earlier version of this, the non-official version of this, and then I wanted to read the official version of this to see if maybe it was a translation thing. But no, even the official version had the dialogue just like that too, and I was like, what? Um, that conversation between Inumaki and Yuta, how they essentially spared Yuji's feelings by not telling him it was him as Sukuna that cost Inumaki's arm. Damn. It also just hit me 222 chapters later that Inumaki is the Groot of this series. Um, but that's also because of his curse technique, right? Like if he actually speaks words, his words have way too much power. So he's got to use like the sushi ingredients. Um Uraume really doesn't think Kenjaku is worth a damn. That being said, that devious motherfucker Kenjaku, he's counting on Gojo losing because all the heavy hitters will be preoccupied with trying to put away a weakened Sukuna. Because ain't no way that Sukuna is going to get out of it scot free tussling with
Oh yeah,
Gojo,
there's no way.
right? So in that time, it would be prime real estate for picking off members of the calling game one by one. The
Hmm.
fact that Maki 2.5, Hakari, Panda, Yuda, and them don't know how to cheer on Gojo or what to say to him because he's a person who's always had absolute victory was hilarious.
Yeah.
Also, there's something super intense about Gojo not wearing any type of eye covering or blindfold anymore.
Right. He's like, there's
It's like,
no,
no, no
I need
point.
that we starting with the eyes from jump.
Right. Yeah. That there's something about that, right? It's like, no, ain't no, I'm not holding back on shit. Like you getting this work.
Yeah.
Um, he might give Sukuna a beat down worse than the one he gave Miguel, low key.
Yeah.
But judging by how Jujutsu Kaisen's been doing things lately, anyway, I'll get to that point in a little bit. But shout out to Yuji for breaking that ice, but also keeping everyone safe so that they could at least, slap Gojo on the back, give him a little courage, and then send him off, right? Imagine what would have happened if Infinite Void was still on and they tried to slap his back.
All right. Just
Uh right. Like did my arm just warp and break? Um that last panel where you see Sukuna smirk is making me think that Gojo might not make it. Like
we know we
this
about to get full power Sukuna.
this is how jaded I am, where it's like I know Gojo being free was just to give us hope. And I'm just waiting for that hope to be taken away again, right? So
Yep.
it's like there's no way it's just gonna be a walk in the park. But if it is, I'm not gonna be mad because, like, man, the bad guys have been up this whole time. So if the good guys catch a big win like that, hey, but I'm preparing my heart for this may be it for Gojo. Because
Kenjaku lose Gojo. He's quitting.
there's too
You can't
many
lose Gojo.
there's too many loose ends out here for the story to just end with Gojo versus Sukuna. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's too much story to be told, right? Like, yeah, that's what I feel about that, man. I'm hyped for the next chapter. I'm concerned though, but yeah. What would you rate it, Bryce?
I give it I give it I give it five Sakuna sushi out of five.
All right,
That is the nastiest thing
with that, yes,
that
sir,
I've
it
seen.
very much is. What was your favorite chapter this week, man?
Favorite chapter, I'm gonna go ahead and say Chainsaw Man. Like seeing a chainsaw motorcycle did something for me.
I'm a hop on that bus too. I really enjoyed that Chainsaw Man chapter. It was refreshing. Like I said, no fear, no depression. It
Mm-hmm.
was just it was like the kind of I can't believe I'm saying this. Happy go lucky Chainsaw Man chapters we used to get back in the day. And
Mm-hmm.
that's saying something. Like if you look at the context of that chapter, to call that happy go lucky is a stretch. But given what we've seen up to that point, I'm gonna call it happy go lucky. Um with that, let's transition over to the topic of the week, which was our top three anime music openings.
Ooh.
Bryce, would you like to go first, sir?
You know what? I will go first. I'm gonna tell you something, CJ. This was not hard for me.
Oh, damn. Okay, go
No, it
ahead.
wasn't hard at all. See, I'm gonna put y'all on. I'm gonna give y'all something. There's no way you don't know the first one. There's no way you
Is
don't know
it
the
Yu
second
Yu
one.
Hakusho?
That's the second one.
Is it Dragon Ball Z?
Nah, it's not.
Naruto?
Ozzy didn't make the list. Nope. We're gonna have to start it off with number three though, okay? Number
Damn it.
three is Odd Taxi. Odd Taxi.
Damn, recency
Yes,
bias.
indeed. The opening to Odd Taxi, which I believe is also called Odd Taxi, is fucking amazing. That
Okay.
shit is smooth. You get some melody to it. You just relax and chill. It's taking you through a nightly stroll through this weird ass anthropomorphic anime, and I love it.
Mm.
Odd Taxi. I will play that shit on my fucking iTunes, my nigga. Odd Taxi. You can't
Taxi.
turn that on and not turn it on. You can't.
Is
It's
wait, wait. Is your number one Cowboy Bebop?
it is.
Ha!
It
I was
is.
like, wait a minute, what's something that what's something that Bryce and I talk about all the time? Jazz. But go on, go on, go on, go on.
Yep. And of course, my number two is Smile Bomb.
Yeah, that
You
is a
can't not choose Smile.
perennial classic. Yeah.
It's just the pop, the beat, just the upbeatness, fam. It make you wanna go out with your friends and fight people.
And to add on, it's one of the few that translates well into
Oh yeah.
English,
Oh
right?
yeah. I can
The
listen to
English
beat.
version slaps too.
It slaps too. You can if you can change the language of a song and it still go,
Yeah.
of course. And of course, number one is Cowboy Bebop.
Mm.
You can't beat Tank. You can't.
Yeah.
Ugh. I got some honorable mentions, but I'll mention them. I'll mention them later.
I got a whole bunch of honorable mentions. You feel me?
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but no. I limited myself to three. I limited myself to three, and then honorable
Okay.
mentions will be off top. But for me, based on like what I have in my rotation, like constantly, like it doesn't matter what, like I'll listen to these songs and they'll put me in a mood.
Yeah.
The first grappler Baki anime, Believe,
Ooh,
where you
okay.
see him doing like one arm pull ups in the intro.
Yep.
That's me all day. That was like a phase of my life. Not doing one arm pull ups, but listening to that song and wishing I could do one arm
Okay.
pull ups. Then Kageyama Hironobu, basically post Goku dying after Cell games, the Dragon Ball theme song, We Got a Power.
Ooh.
I fucking love that theme song. The fact that it starts too with like it's you're in the clouds, skies opening up, you see Gohan, Goten, and Trunks riding the dragon, and then it like goes into like the it's just I fucking love that intro.
Go.
Like we got power, Dragon Ball Z, and then like everybody goes Super Saiyan. It's just it's my favorite Dragon Ball Z intro of all time. I'm not even kidding. Like
Hey,
none of them are close, and everybody likes Chala, Head Chala, original Makafushigi Adventure. But I'm telling you, for me, it's We Got a Power. And then my third one same thing. It's like I can listen to this rain or shine. Like you put it on, I will listen to it. No skips.
ooh,
Man
okay.
on a mission, raise your flag.
Which one was
Uh,
that?
Iron Blooded Orphans intro season one.
Oh, okay.
It
Okay.
just get it. You watch it and you get hyped. Be like, yeah, man, let's do something. And then you watch the show and you're like, he didn't have to
Oh
die like
yeah.
that.
It
Like
didn't have to go down like that.
it didn't have to go
Hey,
down like this.
I ain't never been happy to see a motherfucker die on the toilet. Seriously.
No, he had it coming.
He had it coming.
Yeah, yeah. But those are my three. Let's get into the honorable mentions because I'm curious to see what your honorable mentions are.
All right, you ready for the first one?
Yeah.
Battle Cry, New Hobbies.
Ooh,
Yeah.
classic.
Some days, some nights, some live, some die in the
In the
name of
name
the
of the
samurai.
samurai. Some fight,
Woo!
some bleed,
Man,
sun up to sun down as the sounds of a battle cry.
man, that's a
Battle cry.
good one, man.
Bro,
Because
and I don't what is it about the piano in there that's like off key but on key that like
you
just
know,
it goes
it's
hard.
so good.
It's
It's
typical New Jabez, right? Like
yup,
production style. But yeah,
yup.
yeah,
And it's just perfect. It just perfectly encapsulates what that anime is about, what you get into.
yeah.
Um, what else? We going down the list. It just hit me actually because it was also a good one. The Afro Samurai intro with RZA.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
yeah, that's a good one. Um, of course, I gotta go with Space Dandy, which is one of my favorite anime. It's just close to the heart. I love Space Dandy.
Mm.
I fucking love Space Dandy. Viva Namita. It's like some like funky, like Japanese, like poppy tune. It's like ain't no way you just can't move when you're listening to it.
Yeah.
It was like interstellar and shit. Like hell yeah. What else do I got? Hadaka no Yusha. This is
Mm.
the song. This is the second opening to Ranking of Kings.
Mm. Yeah.
And then it goes into like it just gets grander.
Yeah.
It's like man, and like just
That
getting you
did
right to
slap.
Ranking of Kings.
Yeah. And just ranking, yeah, ranking of kings in general, man.
Oh,
Uh so fucking good.
so fucking good. So damn good. I wanna say the opening of Akudama Drive.
I never got into Akudama Drive.
You couldn't get into it?
Nah, I
I
didn't. I didn't even. Nah, I think I just missed the boat. Like I never got into it. Um, I mean, I'm, I'm gonna let you in on something right now though. I've been watching Paranoia Agent like little by little. I'm
oh,
like
you've been
through
watching
episode
it.
3. Yeah, that opening is
Oh, it's haunting.
it like at first you're like, what the fuck is this? Then like by episode 3, I'm like, you know what? I kind of like it.
That's the point, though, right? They
I'm like,
literally made
what
it.
the fuck is happening here? And
But they
every character in the intro,
fucked up.
fucking,
Yep. It's in
yeah.
La La Land.
Oh my god! Like, is this after fucking what's his name? The Bat Kid, little Slugger. Is this
Little
like,
Slugger.
is this where they end up after Little Slugger does his thing? They're just out here in the
Pretty
intro
much.
in hell. Like,
Pretty much. They are just in a whole different world, bro.
I digress. My bad. Go continue with your honorable mentions.
No, actually, because you mentioned it, I'm gonna also say Paranoia 8 because like that is an intro with a fucking purpose. That
Yeah.
song is literally made. It's literally made. It was made because of like Toonami. They when it would come on late night, so they needed something to jerk you the fuck up and watch it. That
Mm.
was the point. And that's what it does. I remember it as a kid. I remember hearing that noise, waking
Left
up,
an
what the fuck is
impact.
happening?
Yeah.
And then I'm immediately in tune with this show.
Huh.
Paranoia Agent, just so y'all know, is one of the animes that traumatized me as a kid.
Mm.
That I still remember, but just grew up to like it. Like, yeah, Paranoia Agent. You're gonna see, TJ. You're not there yet. You are not there yet. I just want you to know
Still
that.
by the shore. Okay, gotcha. I haven't even boarded the ship.
Oh, sir,
Gotcha.
they're.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
still stuck in traffic on the way to. Gotcha. Like,
I don't even want to use that as an example. It's like you're falling down a hill.
oh damn.
And you have no idea where you're going or how it's gonna go, but you're just gonna find yourself at the base of that mountain.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be.
That's
That's what
just
it's gonna
brutal
be.
from jump. Okay. Well,
It's
yeah,
good.
I've seen the first 3 episodes, so yeah, I get it.
All right, you like it
Uh,
so far, though, right?
yeah, it's
Okay.
man, it is just anyway. I let me get into some of my honorable mentions.
Yeah, let's go.
Um, Gurren Lagann,
Oh, that's
that
a good
opening
one.
always inspires the fuck out of me, and just you know how some shit lifts you up.
Yep,
Um, uh, Code Geass season 2
that's a good
opening.
one too. Yeah,
That fucking one, like it honestly seems diametrically opposed to because the theme is so light but
yeah. The show so
inspiring,
damn
but the
dark.
story
Yeah.
is like dark as hell. So it kind of seemed diametrically opposed to the themes of the show.
Mhm.
Um, trying to think. What was another one that always gets me hype? Uh, uh um, uh, what was another
No,
one?
any Naruto themes in there?
Dude, thank you for reminding me. Naruto, Sambo Master, the fucking the disco theme when it was like not the four, it might have been the Force of Death arc where they're against the hidden sound and some of the curse users, curse markings.
Oh, I know,
Um
I think I know your song you're talking about.
it's like
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun,
yep.
dun, 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 dun. Yeah, like
I
that
swear to
theme,
God, the
Ensemble
themes
Master,
got
man.
lame after
That
the
was my
themes got
favorite
lame after
Naruto
the
theme, though.
huh?
That was my favorite Naruto theme.
Yeah,
Like
I think mine is we are one
we
thing.
are fighting dreamers. That's a good one too.
That's a good one
Yeah.
too. That's a good one too.
Dude, Bleach, Ichiden no Hana, where it was like all metal and shit.
Yeah.
Like that shit went hard. This is like before Bleach was bleaching.
Yeah, before Bleach was bleaching. That is the best analysis of Bleach I've ever heard. Bro, Bleach was bleaching.
and then, shit, man. Is there something I'm missing?
Um,
Um,
one that just hit me was the opening to Fire Force Inferno.
oh yeah, that's a good. And then the fucking death metal one they did for season 1 part 2.
Yep.
It was like Mayday, murder. Like
Yeah.
that one kind of went hard. You know, okay, I never watched it, but I ended up finding out by chance that this was the intro to Promise Neverland. That fucking fire song. That goes hard for me too. I actually keep that in my rotation. I've read Promise Neverland. I refuse to watch because I was like, bro, I know what this is about. I'm not trying to see kids getting animated as they're being eaten by fucking monsters. No,
Yeah,
thank you.
I feel that.
Anime song was fire though. Never watched
Anime
it.
song is fire. Sometimes it is.
Never watched it.
Oh, you know what's another one? The
Go on.
opening to Erased.
Ah, I'm sorry. I thought I thought back to the show. that,
Ah, yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
was dude, talk about you want to talk about a show that traumatized me?
Bro, that was a weird
Like,
ass ending. Let's just be real
bro,
about that.
like I mean it was kind of a happy-ish ending
It
because he was
was,
able to
but
go
like
back in time.
it was weird.
But like, dude, the premise alone was fucked up beyond belief. I'm
Yeah.
super like anyway, I digress. I digress. Yes, Erase did have a good one. You know what? Okay, you're gonna hate me for it, but leave the show out of it. I thought Tokyo Avengers that first season had a good opening song. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. What else? What else? What else? You already touched on Ranking of Kings. Was there any other show? Oh, Mashal has a pretty decent opening. Recency bias wise, I've been enjoying.
Okay.
But yeah. Now I'm going okay. Ronin Warriors, not the American version of the song, but the Japanese intro, fire. Gundam Wing, classic, fire. G Gundam, classic, fire. Trying to think.
One Punch Man. We forgot One Punch
One
Man.
Punch Man, classic, classic. Fire. Mob Psycho, that first ever
Oh, the
season,
first one,
classic
yeah.
with the mom choir, classic,
Yep.
fire.
And then they brought it back for the last season, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, they knew they had it hit.
yeah,
Oh
man. That's
yeah,
all. Go ahead,
Death Note. Like the second one when it was like a death metal song.
man. I never watched Death Note, bro. It's one of my regrets. I missed the boat. I missed the boat.
You ain't never missed the boat. This right. I mean, you probably know what happens in it, but yeah, I'd say give it a try.
I will.
I'd say finish Paranoia Agent, take a break, then go to Death Note.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's some solid advice. But you got any more audible mentions, man? Because I think we just
What's
like listed off
another?
like a good playlist for people to just
Honestly,
jam onto.
that's what I'm hoping to do. Um, what's another good one? I can't think of another one. Good opening. No, I can't think of another one right now.
Oh, Trigun was decent.
Yeah,
Instrumental wise. You know what I mean? It weren't no lyrics to Trigun, but it was like it was a good time.
it was a good time.
Excuse me.
Huh.
I'm talking about the OG Trigun, not the latest one that came out. My bad. To clarify, because I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
the new one did have lyrics on it.
It was like from what I remember, it was like a rock type.
Yeah, it was like
Type joint. Yeah.
like
It was
that
like
type of
hard.
like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. That was a good one. Did we didn't choose any One Piece ones. I don't remember any One Piece ones that like I like the themes of One Piece. We
Yeah,
need to talk about that.
I
Animes with the
watched
best theme.
I remember when One Piece like originally hit the streets, I watched some of the anime. I dropped off quick. It's like, man, it's kind of hard to get into One Piece initially, low key.
It is, but
Then when it
once you
goes,
get
it
going,
goes. When it
yeah,
goes, it goes. But that initial like, and then it's like I caught it. Man, shit, I don't even. What's my One Piece origin story? Like I watched the anime, didn't really get into the manga at the time. I was more of a Naruto and Bleach head.
mm-hmm.
Then in college, I was like, I binged all the way through the 700s, left it. Then recently, as of last year, caught up. But I didn't touch the anime because I was like, that's too daunting of a task.
Yeah. I think you know what? I got on the boat. That's what I call it. Whenever you're a
Unintended.
One Piece fan, you get on the boat.
Yeah.
I got on the boat around the Amazon Lily arc.
Okay.
like end of Sabbath Archipelago arc,
Yeah.
opening of Amazon Lily arc, and I want to say that I was watching the anime,
Mm,
and then I got to Marineford, and I was just sold.
mm.
I was fucking sold. So then I just went back, just read up on everything, and then just kept going to the present. And
Wait,
now I'm
remind me again, is Marineford Whitebeard's death or Ace's death?
both.
Oh, that's right. They did die
They both
at the
died
same
in
time. Yeah.
Marineford. Um, and now thinking about it, like that whole yeah, never mind. But yeah, it was good. It was really good. Yeah, but no themes though. One Piece has some of the best character and anime themes, but they don't have the best opening themes.
Mm,
That's the make it or break it now. Honestly, to me,
hmm
it's the songs within the show that be breaking it. Because One Piece got some good ones, like the overtaken one, and then to the Grand Line.
mm.
Oh man, that shit is wonderful. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Da 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 da. I'm gonna put it in the group chat.
Okay. So
This
it's gonna
shit.
be like, shit, I will not be able to recognize that.
I
Um,
got you.
oh, my last honorable mention, the original Japanese Dragon Ball GT theme. Fucking love it. Always makes my heart smile.
I don't even remember
Um, but yeah.
that shit. Though.
Well, all right, man. I think that's an episode in the bag right there.
Yeah, yeah. We
Uh
gave y'all a lot. There's somebody's playlist about to go crazy.
yeah, seriously. But with that, y'all, thank you for listening to another episode of the Now Mind You podcast. Share it, like it, subscribe to us, follow us, share it with your friends, share it with people who you think would be interested in this. Just share it. We appreciate all the love, we appreciate all the support. You can find the podcast on social media at Now Mind You Pod on everything, right? So that's NOWMINDYOUPOD. Then, if you're looking for us on any of the podcast distribution platforms, including YouTube, just search for Now Mind You Podcast. And as of right now, we're on YouTube, YouTube Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, which is weird because there's Google and there's YouTube. They're both under the same umbrella company wise, neither here nor there, and Stitcher, if I recall correctly. You can find us. Well, you can find me on Instagram at Tuss4skate. That's TUSS number 4_SKATE. Where can they find you, Bryce?
They can find me on Instagram at Axe_Onca. That's AXE_ONCA.
Mm-hmm.
Where
And
they
you
can they
guys,
find Matt?
oh, well, Matt's brand is strong. You can find him on damn near everything at Matt Hambrick. That's MATTHAMBRIC. With that, y'all, hopefully you had a wonderful Mother's Day. By the time this drops, it'll be the day after. If you celebrate Mother's Day, hopefully you had a wonderful one, right? If not, we will catch you either next week or we'll catch you in the combat episode where we'll be covering UFC Fight Night, Rosenstrike versus Almeida. Either way, peace.
Peace.